I shot her a lot the last
Waiting on. He
month.
had to warm up his
Give me
name
quite
sheet.
often that you're not gonna want to look at this later kind of look. It's like I know you love me and you think I'm beautiful, but this is gonna be hard for you because she knew. Because she knew. It's you know. Psychic powers are just being able to tune in the right crystal, and she was like a just psychic power amp. She got me to the next level. I wouldn't have been able to, have the epiphanies of 2015 if she hadn't been here with me. I don't know. Like I said in the thing, I don't know if I'd have survived either of those things. I was less than inches from death.
Nope, that's just the school bus.
And it was the thought of the dog.
It's just the school bus leaving. It does sound just like the bus coming to bring Calvin, but
primary focus. Particularly after we got Kira. Poor Kira.
I know. Kira's life was too hard.
Well,
too hard.
Her first part of her life was too hard. Half her life was too hard. Half her life was beautiful and joyous and happy.
The later years, after she came with you and was able to be with you as much as she wanted to be.
She was very content here. She was content because Foxy didn't want to be inside all the time. And she could always be somewhere she could see me. I can put things anywhere I want now. I want to leave paths anyway. That's Foxy's spot over there. Her favorite spot. Next to that chair, actually, where she threw up. She threw up twice. I'm lousy. I haven't. I'll get it eventually.
Do you need some vinegar or anything for that? I mean, you can clean that with vinegar. It'll take the smell.
This entire carpet needs to be burned. There is a layer of dog hair that was here when I moved in. No more dog hair this spring. The dog hair level I am at now is the dog hair level I will stay.
Well, there's a vacuum cleaner in your world, right?
No, I don't know anybody with a vacuum. I don't have a vacuum. I was thinking about renting a rug doctor from Walmart at some point, possibly. I figured I'd wait till the Kira situation was stable, and then this, new things have come along, which is good. If I'd run right out and done the rug doctor, then I'd have this new throw up on top of it. So they did it the right way, like they always did. They were just, better than the average dog. Special fucking magic dogs.
9 died on the 16th. Kira died on the 26th of November. As we were getting home, Joe said to me, how long had it been between each dog? And I said, I don't know, but I'm going to go look it up. And I looked it up, and I was just astounded. And then 36 days after Kira died,
cases are dropped. Still, the Vegas Metropolitan Police Department's reputation is left intact. That is until one man comes along, determined to repair the damage.
All the music. You know, I got 30 or 40 mix or album things.
Complacent Las Vegas is shaken to
All the
core
music
when Police Commander John McCartney is elected sheriff.
she heard. She was here. She died in the middle of McCartney. You know, I'm doing a thing where I'm picking seminal albums from my personal experience and putting them up just in as entirety. You know, I put up
Sheriff McCartney
Abbey Road,
reorganizes the force, promotes
bookends.
young officers over the heads of the old guard. At just 33,
The White Album Disc 1, because I haven't been able to find Disc 2 yet, but I've got it somewhere. Anyway, McCartney. When I got my van, my very first vehicle ever was a Ford Econoline. I think it was a 65 or 66 that I got at auction from the Fort Riley Officers Open Mess for $325. That was my bid, and I got it for the bid. And it was blue, but it had big black letters that said Fort Riley Officers Open Mess down each side, you know, letters this tall. So what I did for that was paint a black stripe. Just cover the black stripe down the powder blue van. And as a joke, I got stencils, you know, military looking stencils and spray paint, and on the blue door in black letters I put United States Peace Force and serial number and for official use only. And on the front of the van was a black triangle with a white peace symbol. Big as would fit on the front of the van. I got stopped by the highway patrol in Lawrence, Kansas on suspicion of stealing an official government vehicle. That took 90 minutes of my life away, which nothing happened. I got stopped a lot back then, but I didn't have any pot. You know, I looked like I look now, basically, except not gray.
Yeah.
And so in 1970, 71, I got stopped a lot. The reason I bring it up is because when I first got the van, it being a service van that had belonged to the Fort Riley Officers Open Mess, had no radio, had no soundtrack of any kind. I, at that point in time, as a dependent, had access to the PX at Fort Riley, and so could get a good price on an 8-track player. So I bought an 8-track player and a pair of speakers, installed it myself, and I had 2 tracks. Bridge Over Troubled Waters and McCartney. And that's all I had for a while, so I played those 2 over and over and over again. And I had not listened to McCartney in 40 years.
Really?
Till yesterday. Maybe I'm amazed. Maybe I'm just a lonely man who's in the middle of something he doesn't understand.
When Commander Clifford finds out, he heads to Chicago to confront
Baby, will you help me understand? So anyway, I eventually got more. The van had trouble in the engine. It was old. It had to use hard, and you know, it was one that had the complete inside engine. You could
Right.
lift the hood while you're driving down the road,
Right.
and
Right.
you know, you could tap on the carburetor with a wrench while you're driving down the road. And you frequently had to do shit like that to keep her going, and so she's struggling to make it up the hill when on from the 8-track comes Celia, you're breaking my heart, you're shaking my confidence daily. And the next day, on the big black stripe, I in script wrote Cecilia. And that was her name, and that was the name that she carried for the 16 or 18 months that she served me until she died. She died at the service center between here and Lawrence on the turnpike. The one that I guess they're using it again. It was abandoned for a long time. Used to have the Howard Johnsons.
Yeah, it's back up and running.
Yeah, that's where she died. But connections, time, there's too much information dense here. All of the mixes were made, you know, she's here, well, you know, the early ones were made while Kira was here too. And they are tarot readings, and I don't know what they mean. I did not, you know, left brain them. It's channeled the same way I channel radio in the old days. But I do know this: any song, you can take any song and you can assign it as a tarot card. You know, what aspects does this song overwhelm? So they're more one than another, or you could have even perhaps 2 or 3 cards that apply to certain songs.
Sure.
But in any case, that's what they do, and so they're there to be interpreted, translated. I have hints and allegations about what is there. I see flashes of it go by. I see at some points in time go, oh, I see what you did there. I see where you're going. I don't know the whole thing, but I see that little piece of it. But I haven't had time. Now I have time. I hadn't had time because Foxy did dying a lot easier than Kira did. She did me that favor. Like she did me so many favors. So many. It just, you know, the last month has been her coming here, coming right up here, coming here. What? What? Huh? Are you saying you want to go back out on the porch? Duh. Duh, Daddy. You gonna stay on the porch? Okay. That's a good girl. I need to go out. Get up. Open the door, let her out. Staying out for a long damn time. coming in for a minute, and coming right back in here. All the in-out parts in there too, right? Yeah. Glad I remembered the in-out rule because we went through a whole box of biscuits before I remembered that.
Yeah. Sophie's been, see, what scares me is Sophie's been doing so much of the same thing. She wants to go sit out on the porch. She wants to be on watch. She goes and sits out on the porch, especially at night. She goes and sits out on the porch. And then she comes back in, and she's always gotten a cookie when she comes back in. And so we've been doing the in and out and in and out. And then if you won't let her out, then she just stands in front of you and barks with this insistent, damn it, give me a cookie.
Yeah, that is something that Kira would do. Foxy would never do. Kira got that from her mom.
She just stands in front of you, and she'll stand in front of me, and she'll give me the 3 barks, and then
she would, if I denied her too long, she would make 1 in 10's bark.
Bark. Yeah.
Serious, Dad.
Yeah.
And I would always let her out at that point. It's like, okay, we're not fooling around here.
And
she saved it for that. You know, she was just getting to the point where I could get her to look in and out the window, but that was a little bit of, too high concept for her. She looks at the window, not through the window. The window is where the bees are. She ate so many bees in the last month. She ate so many bees. I got one full shot of her getting the bee off the window. Even if I'd say, please, could you leave the bees alone? Nope, gotta eat the bees. In fact, see that little thing over there on the table? I would put maple syrup there for when it was still warm enough to leave the door open, and the bees would come, and they would, there'd be 2 or 3 bees there at a time, and it's all I could do to keep her away from it. But if they went for the window, it's like, okay, fair game.
Open season on bees. Yeah.
And she would get bees right out of the air, bees coming in.
That I don't think he saw quite as he was kind of astigmatic on his vision, and so he didn't quite see as well as he should.
Cicadas, they like to eat cicadas.
Oh gosh, yeah, those are crunchy. Potato chips. I had this similar experience with Sophie and a rabbit one time, where I made her drop the rabbit, and it was stunned but not dead, and then it hopped off, and she has never caught another rabbit since then because, I made her give that rabbit up. So it's like, fine, I won't get any more rabbits then that I tell you about anyway.
That's right. All the bunnies will be dead from now on.
That's right. There's one rabbit that she chased earlier this year that lives under the pampas grass in the apartment complex next door. And she chased it, and she got part of, she got her teeth on its tail and pulled off part of its tail, because I found part of its tail in the grass,
Uh-huh.
But that rabbit is still around. I saw it the other day with its half tail. So it did grow older.
The legend of Zoe.
Yes.
Oh.
But she's slowing down now. She doesn't even go after the cats anymore. It's like, cats. She's getting to be the old Jewish woman. Cats.
There's specifically a black cat that lives 2 trailers up. Short-legged, long hair, with a collar, that loves to taunt Foxy and Kira. It's like, there's no way they can get me. So oh hi, some dogs, oh my, and they would have to instinctively charge
Have
that.
to do that, yes,
And
right.
you know, the last time that Kira went along, she got halfway to the third trailer and went, "What the fuck?
Right.
I can't do this." And then she walked deliberately back and smelled, you know, all the
Check
pee
all the
spots,
spit, right.
check the hole where the cats go in,
Right,
the
right,
end,
right.
and then back
Just
into
come
that.
back home. Right.
Meanwhile, Foxy's still doing a thorough, you know, "Are you sure it's got away? You know, while I'm here, I might as well check up and down both of these trailers just in case."
Just in case, yes.
And she did that.
Sophie
So-
occasionally will still go and check under the trailer where the cats live, you know.
But the
smell
last,
along the ledge
yeah,
there, but
the last part is after Kira was gone, a week or two ago, that cat was trying desperately to get Foxy to come off the porch after her. Foxy just looked at her, looked right at her, like, not falling for it. Don't have the time, don't feel like it. You ain't got me no more, Mr. Cat.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
she conquered that demon.
Life is strange, and there's a lot to know that we do not know. And it's important to study the margins, to study the things that we don't understand. We know that scientists are always discovering new organisms all the time. So it isn't so hard to ask biological anthropologists, Dr.
Church members brought by some of Norm Macdonald's finest. And
One of the main attractions here is a model
brand new bottle of Jack Black and some vodka for later. And that's what we'll toast Foxy with.
Don't